In this knowledge transfer session, we will discuss configuring an HR criteria. HR criteria are similar to user criteria, in which we are defining a collection of users who meet one or more set of conditions. These HR criteria are the audiences for HR items such as services or other HR content. Let's begin. There are three records we will be creating for our HR criteria. They are the HR criteria record, HR condition for our HR criteria, and then the related user criteria. The first is our HR criteria record. Let's start by going to the top menu and clicking All to get to the left nav. Then type HR criteria in the search. Then click the HR criteria link. In the list view, click New. Now here, we will create our new HR criteria. I'll type in a name. Then I'll enter a description. After doing this, I can click Submit. However, since I want to stay on this record after saving it, I am going to, in the menu bar, right-click to bring up the context menu. Then click Save. Now that the HR criteria record is saved, I am now going to create the HR condition record that will contain the filter conditions for my HR criteria. I can click New in the HR condition related list. For my condition, I can type in a name, then select a table which my conditions will be associated with. I can then select the user column. The user column is a field on the table you selected that is a reference to the user table. This field is used in conjunction with the table to evaluate the filter condition. Now I can create my filter condition for the HR criteria using the condition builder. After creating my filters, I can click on the refresh button here to update the count of records that my filter found. The link shows me how many records were found that met the criteria of my filter condition. I can click on the link and see all the records that met my criteria. After filling out the form, I can click on Submit to save and go back to my HR criteria. Now that I have created my HR criteria, I will create a corresponding user criteria. This user criteria can be used on record producers, catalog items, also knowledge articles. I would recommend going to the ServiceNow docs site for more information where user criteria can be utilized. Here in the related links, click Create User Criteria. You can now see that a related user criteria has been created. Here in the user criteria, in the script field, you will see code that has a function call that evaluates the HR criteria that was created. The code contains the system ID of the HR criteria. In this session, we discussed creating an HR criteria. We created three records. They are 1. The HR criteria record. 2. The HR condition which defines the user population of our HR criteria. And 3. The related user criteria which can be as filters for catalog items, portal widgets, and knowledge articles.